Joe in real life. Okay, it's week 3 of 5-3-1, which means a set of 5, a set of 3, and a set of 1. The top weight being only 205, which I've already done a few times this week. I am very comfortable. I will get 1, 2, probably 3 if I had to guess. 3 feels safe-ish. A couple things have been happening. So my running, right? I'm also running, and first of all, I find 5-3-1 and running to really go well together. For one, the volume's pretty low, and the recovery is not bad at all. So my running, which is unambitious, seems to fit in nicely and seems to be causing me very few problems. You know, there's some aching, some soreness, some joint stuff, but I always have that, so I'm not overly concerned. Last night's run, which was just 30 minutes, a good hard run, but at a reasonable pace. So typically I run, a 9-minute mile is doable for me, but I have to work for it. And I set out running. I had my little device on, and I was running 8:20 mile. And something that happens with devices, you probably know this already, is that occasionally the GPS or what have you screws up. And normally when it screws up, it'll say, like, I typically run a 9, a low 9, and it'll say I'm running like a 6:45 or something. And so it's obvious that I'm screwing up, right? In which case I just turn it off and use a stopwatch, and it's fine. You know, not really a major issue. It happens very rarely. This 8:20, 8:30 range, I just wasn't running that hard, and it felt too fast. So I closed all the apps, I reset it, and I started again. Sure enough, same pace. I was running 8:30. I think I actually finished the 30-minute run. I ran 8:20. Like, I got faster as it went. And I ran 3.6 miles in 30 minutes, which is pretty good for me in my current state. Like, really good, actually. And I knew the distance was right because it's a trail I'd run numerous times before. So, you know what it is? Because I started 5-3-1, I've been stretching every day. I've been eating a lot better. I'm down a few pounds. Nothing serious, but a couple pounds. My rest has been on point. I've prioritized these things to a degree. Again, not serious, but enough, you know? I moved the needle on a few small things so that it equated to a massive move in one big thing, and that was my running. Now, the downside, and why I'm talking about this now, is I am stiff today. Like, I am really stiff. Just like 2 days ago, I did my top set, 205 for 2, and I definitely had 3 or maybe even 4. I am not sure I have that today. And I feel like I have to stay with the program, you know? As long as I get 2, we go forward. But, like, I already got 2, you know? Part of me feels like I shouldn't even really have to do this. Now, I'm a firm believer in, if you have a plan, stick to the plan. And I have a plan, I'm sticking to it. But what's going to happen? I guess we'll see. So stay tuned if you want to see a grouchy, tired old man that ran too fast yesterday potentially fail at his squats. Okay, so I'm still breathing a little hard, but better than I expected. You know, honestly, the hardest set was the first set, 160 for 5. I did not warm up appropriately. I should have. I did my usual thing, but given my stiffness from last night's run, I need a little more. I need a little bit more. a little mobility work. Yeah, you can tell by that first rep, it's pretty chunky and crunky and crunchy. And pick another onomatopoeia, any of them. I'm also deliberately doing them slow and controlled. I know I kind of dive bomb my reps. That's just whatever. I don't even want to go into that, but I'm deliberately trying to slow them down and find my groove. And sometimes that helps me with mechanics. Other times it makes it worse. And today was worse, at least on that first set. Second set, meaningfully better. This is 185 for 3. It was supposed to be 180, but I didn't feel like busting out all the 5s and 2.5s, so I just did 185. And I kept the last set, 205, the same. As you can see, that left hip is dumping a little bit. Ironically, it's because I'm struggling with the right hip. That being said, those 3 reps were absolutely fine. And now the moment of truth. 205 for as many reps as possible. And I got 3. The last rep was ugly. Definitely, legitimately, and truthfully unpleasant. But it still went up. And if I was completely honest, I had 4. I could have done a 4th rep that would have been just as ugly as the 3rd, probably no uglier. Body felt good, energy felt good, the bar felt light on my back. The axial load, no real trouble. And that's as good a looking rep at 205, that first one, as any I've ever done. So, you take care of yourself and you recover, look what happens, right? This is Joe in real life. I love you guys. Be good to each other out there. Next week's deload.